pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
John Francois.
Here.
Sid.
Here.
Witt.
Here.
Kleiner.
Here.
Burr.
Here.
Massey is absent. President Rodriguez.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Approval of minutes.
We have 2 minutes, council meeting minutes tonight. It's August 15th and September 19th.
Motion to approve the minutes. Alderman Johnson, seconded by Alderman Consoom. All in favor? Aye. Correspondence.
Okay, we have one tonight from Chief Sam Barone requesting a change, an amendment to the rules and regulations for the fire department.
Forward to Corporation Council.
And that is all for correspondence.
Okay, for the good of the city, anyone like to address the council, please step forward.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Greg Hopkins. I am the chairman of the Manhagan Hose Company's New Engine Committee. First and foremost, I would like to thank the members for their favorable motion last month to put the new vehicle out to bid. As Chief Barone alluded to last month, the old one's getting kind of tired. This brings me to the main reason that I am here tonight, and that's to bring to the body's attention that the bid has not yet been published. It has not been put out publicly. Between Chief Barone and myself, we have been corresponding daily, and we have been checking both the local paper and the city's website. And just wanted to bring it to your people's attention so that possibly some questions may get asked why it has not been put out yet. Like I said, it's just a concern, and I wanted to bring it to this body's attention. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Thank you very much, President Rodriguez, members of the Common Council. Kevin Gomez could not be here tonight. He has a very important date in court tomorrow. He's an attorney, of course. Vince Crescenzo is here with me this evening. You know, I can't think of anything more important than good relationships with the city and town. We have a number of committees, and none are more important than the committee with Middletown and the committee with the town of Waukegan, the liaisons. In an effort to have the meetings covered, I've asked Mr. Crescenzo and Ms. Tobiasen to be here at times, and they'll be joining Mr. Gomez. In the town of Waukegan, I've asked Mr. Pierre and Mrs. Knapp to join Mrs. Blumenau. So let me just give you a little update of what's been going on in the district. You may know this and you may not know this. The free breakfast and lunch program is going exceptionally well. I've been to some of the elementary schools and also the secondary schools. I've heard nothing a good thing about it from the, not only from the staff, but from the students. We have two fantastic people leading the food and nutrition service, Debbie Dunleavy and Lauren Bird. Today they held a nutrition rally at Maple Hill, and there was with them a New York Jet player in attendance, and believe me, the students related very well to the player, and they talked about nutrition, the benefits of a good breakfast and a wholesome lunch, and so on. They're very not only innovative programmatically, but also with the menus. The menus are always in transition, and they really relate to what the students seem to like and what's good for the students. They use whole wheat bread, whole wheat grains, plenty of fruit, and so on. So that's going well. Just going on for a moment here. As you know, we had a number of capital projects this past summer and spring and summer. Most of them are complete or in the process of being completed. Every building has been enhanced. You probably, in fact, you all know about the high school, but much work has been done on the middle schools and our elementary schools. And I don't think there's anything that brings home the fact that a good school system attracts buyers. If you notice the article in today's paper where buyers were not too interested in one of the nearby districts because of the size of the school. So again, a good city makes a good school district. A good school district makes a good city. You have to work hand in hand. Another innovation, it's about a year old now, but it's coming into its own, is the Infinite Campus Parent Portal. Maybe some members who have students in the district maybe have signed up for this. Kevin's shaking his head. We have about 1,500, and Mrs. Rakashun is shaking her head. We have about 1,500 families signed up thus far, and we're signing up more. What it does, it provides a snapshot of a child's achievement in school, test scores, assignments, and so on. It's very good. I could not go home anymore and say, Dad, I don't have any homework tonight. Dad could look on the parent portal and say, oh yeah, you do. You have to read your history, or you have an English assignment to do. So that's been working out very well. Another innovation in the district, we have a new physical education course. It's Life as a Sport, and this is for the 9th grade students, randomly selected this year. Hopefully we'll incorporate all 9th graders next year. We've been working with, Dave Coates has been working with Dr. Jonathan Fader, who has worked and is working with the New York Giants, has worked with the New York City Fire Department. What it does is not only develops a kind of mental toughness on the part of the students, but also it emphasizes cooperation among students in achieving their goals of graduating and being successful. Speaking of which, this year we've increased the number of college credits to 103 college credits that a student may take in our high school. So that's kind of a capsule summation. And finally, we're very aware of the situation in Puerto Rico and the district. And we're going to partner up. There are many good organizations participating. We're going to partner up with the Sheriff's Department. Carl Du Bois is going to come to the Thursday's meeting, and we're going to be working with him, a number of our service clubs, in getting materials for Puerto Rican relief. So that's just some of the things happening. Sorry to take so much of your time, but I want to keep everyone informed. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to address the council?
Vince Crescenzo, following with Mr. Perino. I don't know if you're aware, but we have 300 brand new to the community, brand new to the school district students this year, and that number is growing. Most of our buildings are at capacity. We have a strategic long-term planning that is now kicking in, so we have consultants that give us a very, very accurate number of how many new families and students are coming into the community. Also, yesterday we dedicated the new addition to the high school, and it's basically all technology. And I don't understand most of it. It's just amazing how these kids took to it. But just one example, it's collaborative learning, and as I was saying to some folks in the back here, there's going to come a day where the kids don't walk into a classroom and sit down at a desk. They're going to be high tops, mostly standing, maybe on a stool, but combined classes. So the one example I can give you that they showed us yesterday, there's a biotech class, and this particular lesson involved a lot of statistics. So they invite the math classes in. So they work collaboratively on that one project, and they have inclusion students there at the same time. And the work that they're doing, they have this jumbotron, basically, on both walls, and whatever they're doing on their computers can be called up onto the jumbotron, so everybody knows exactly what they're doing. And they kind of lost me there. I mean, it was just amazing what they were doing. And one last thing, downstairs, they have a big, like a conference room where you can talk to the various college instructors that are doing the super classes and what have you. And then there's another area where they have another huge screen where a student punches in his ID and maybe makes a square like this, and that's his part of this huge screen, and other people work with it, and you can blend it back and forth. And again, I taught for 36 years, and I saw nothing like this ever in my lifetime. But this is the wave of the future, and as Dr. Eastwood was quoted as saying, some of our students, as they're applying to colleges, they'll go in and look at the programs, and they're disappointed, honestly, that the colleges don't have the same level of technology that our high school has. So we're doing well, moving ahead, and thank you for your support.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to address the council? Okay, moving to the department heads. Economic development.
Nothing this evening unless anybody has any questions.
Any questions for Maria? Thank you, Maria. Fire chief.
I want to say that the work at Central Firehouse on the third floor is going very well. It's almost complete. And Halloween will be out with the apparatus throughout the city for the safety of the kids and handing out candy for them as well.
Any questions for the chief? Alderman Kleiner.
Quickly, yes. Hi, Chief. How are we doing with volunteers this year in recruiting?
Not as well as last year. Right now, we have 3 that are slated for interviews now, though. I don't have a number on me, so I don't really want to throw a number out, but not as good as last year. But we're moving ahead still.
Okay, just want to get the word out and get people involved. And the LoSAP program, how's it working?
LoSAP, since it came out, this is our 3rd year. Since it came out, our numbers have actually gone up. They're not where we projected them to be when we put it out to a referendum. But the numbers each year climb from where it began. So.
Okay, thank you.
Chief, I just had a question. The letter that we received from the fire chief today about the legal issues in fire service to remove, is that a class that's not longer offered or no one has it?
That's a class that's no longer offered. The guy that taught it retired. There is a guy that did take it over, but they've had the class scheduled 2 prior years. They canceled it. This year, 2017, it wasn't scheduled at all. We called the state. We called our training center, spoke to the facilitator there. It's not even on the calendar for 2018.
All right.
So if the guy's going to teach it, he's not teaching it anytime soon. So.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. City Treasurer.
Well, as you all know, we're in the budget process, and that's moving along. All department heads have submitted their initial report, and we're going to start meeting with department heads next week to work that out. And just as a kind of a good note, if any of you saw Newhouse's State of the Union in the paper, he's saying that sales tax will be up $4 million next year. That means $115,000 to us. So.
Don? Thank you, Don. Superintendent of Recreation?
Good evening. Just a couple of quick items. You'll see a resolution tonight to accept a donation. We'd like to thank the Kiwanis Club of Middletown and Mid-City Transit for donating money to the disc golf course. The first 9 holes have totally been paid for by donations, and the first 3 holes are totally done with baskets in. So we're now working on the next 3 holes. That will be a nice project. With summer over, we're back to doing some park improvements. So if you're riding around town, you will see that we got some lines in the parking lot at the Lion Shelter. We were having parking issues there where people couldn't get out. The new lining is going in at Maple Hill Pool. The water fountain is now in at the dog park, which is both for humans and on the bottom for dogs. So there's some of the projects that are going on. One of the benches are going in over that's being donated in memorial of somebody over at the skate park. And we're doing a lot of building improvements. So you're going to see that as you go around town. And lastly, also that Davidge Park expansion that was being used is going to be turned back over to the city. I see the fencing is there, the topsoil's been brought in, and it's been hydro-seeded. So I'm really looking forward to working with everybody to get that developed as an athletic facility. We definitely need more of that in this growing community. So that's a great thing. And that's all I have tonight.
Any questions for Chris? Alderman Rankine-Sue?
How's the after-school sports camp going?
The sports academy is going well. Our enrollment's pretty low, and I think the hardest thing is just getting the word out there. We are now moving, and thanks actually for the question, we're now, since we didn't get overwhelmed with it, we're going to open it up from kindergarten through 5th grade. Because a lot of feedback from the families was they wanted to keep their kids together, and there were different grades. So that's going out into the schools, and we expect that enrollment to pick up. We're going to let it be the winter session. We'll let the fall session finish off, and November 3rd starts the winter session. So we're expecting a full boat then. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Corporation Council.
Good evening. We closed last week on the purchase of the Ingracia Road property, so that's tagged on, or will be tagged on to our Fancher Davidge Park. And in light of the Yankees wild card game, I have nothing further.
Sir? City Clerk.
Just 2 minor things tonight. You're going to be voting on changing the Common Council meeting from Election Day to the 6th. We do that every year, and make sure that I put that on the website and on the city calendar. And second, you'll be voting tonight for the Halloween curfew that we always do, and then again, that'll be in the newspaper and also on the website. That's all I have for this evening.
Question for John? Thank you, John. Public hearings and grievances.
Okay, tonight we have one public hearing to add to the C2 general business zoning of the city code. And I'll read the notice. Notice is hereby given that the city of Middletown will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, October 3rd, 2017, on or as near to 8 p.m. as possible. Common Council Chamber, 2nd floor, 16 James Street, to hear any and all persons wishing to be heard on the proposed amendment to the zoning code, section 475-20, C2 limited business districts, to add the following: light manufacturing, such as plastic assembly but not molding or 3D printing, and the assembly of pre-made materials into another product. The planning board retains the discretion to determine whether the particular proposed use constitutes light manufacturing or not. And second, the artisan manufacturing of goods such as jewelry or ceramics, which are produced using hand tools only. A full copy of the proposed addition to the zoning code was available in the city clerk's office, room 12, City Hall, 16 James Street, and also on the city website. Any and all persons wishing to be heard will be given the opportunity to speak either for or against the proposed addition to the code. And that was by the order of the Common Council. John C. Namchek, Clerk of the Common Council. This was published on September 25th and September 26th in the Times Herald Record and also on the city website. Also, this had to go to the county planning, which was mailed on 9/22, since it under the general municipal law, section 239, and also it was next to another municipality, which is Walk Hill, and we did send a notice to Walk Hill, which I did not receive any response. Yeah, for the record.
This time the public hearing is now open.
I'll just speak briefly on this. We talked about this in the Legislative Committee. This is a proposal that came out of the Community Development Office. We just thought it might enhance the economic development of the city by adding those uses which are now in the DMU zone, adding them into the C2 zone throughout the city, again, for economic development purposes. And with the mailing to the county, they have 30 days to respond, so there is no resolution in front of you tonight to consider, since we have to wait that 30-day period. And that's all I have.
Anyone from the public? Anyone from the council? Motion to close. Alderman Burr, Alderman Rancosun, all in favor? Aye. Public hearings now closed. Remarks of Alderman, Alderman Burr.
Nothing this evening.
Alderman Rancosun.
Sorry, I do have something this evening. I'm going to lead, tonight I just put a picture up on the screen. Something happened on September 21st here in Middletown that I thought was kind of cool, and I thought it was worth mentioning in a meeting. The picture you see is one of our firefighters, Michael Demchek, and on September 21st, he was coming off shift, he was leaving, and someone ran into the firehouse and said, "Our baby's not breathing." This baby was born at home, and the baby was, as he said, not breathing. And he saved that baby's life. He was coming off shift, he's a paramedic, he ran into the home, and he saved that child. And I thought it was pretty cool, worth mentioning. Our firefighters do more than put out fires, and I'm grateful for their service, and I know this family is very grateful for Mr. Demchek. So I just wanted to give him a little recognition this evening for that, and my thanks to all that our firefighters do for the city. So that's my little bit for him. So thank you. For business scheduling wise, next Tuesday is the 10th is a neighborhood watch meeting. We're heading into the cold weather months, so it's very likely that will be probably the last one of the year. We tend to have low turnout in the winter months, but as always, we have our constituency meetings, and we can always be reached at any time. And obviously, when it comes to neighborhood watch, call the police, please. When you see something or something is wrong, don't wait for a meeting. I want to just give a big hallelujah. I don't know if everyone has seen the agenda, but for the people of the 3rd Ward, it is a very exciting time, especially if you live down by West Main and you are affected by the water issues there. We are looking to approve the mayor signing agreements with the county to start those water mitigation projects that we've been waiting a very long time for since Hurricane Irene. So I really ask for the rest of the council support tonight in passing that, and I'm excited for the people over there that it is progress, and we're getting there, and we're way farther than we've been in the past 5-6 years, so I'm happy about that tonight. As for the school board members who came tonight, I appreciate your comments, and I will say the school lunch is outstanding, and I walk down that hallway in the school every day bringing my daughter to swim practice with the technology, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. And every time I look at her, I'm like, I'm so excited for you to get to high school. This is so cool. And I'm excited for our kids. They do have a lot that they're offered here in Middletown, and I think it's outstanding for all of us. As for Puerto Rico, we have had a number of drives going on around the city. I know the American Legion, I believe they are still taking donations. Also, we've had a couple residents get together on their own, and they've done their little pop-up donation sites, which I think is really neat. One of those people we've worked together to try to partner with the YMCA, and they were able to make a contact with Coach Bus. So the YMCA at the Liberty Street School on Sunday this weekend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., they're becoming a bit of a donation site. Coach Bus has agreed to bring 2 buses to that location, and we're hoping to stuff those buses with supplies. They'll be taking them directly down to New York City, to the Jacob Javits Center, which is a jumping-off site for supplies. To be directly brought to Puerto Rico. So I'm hoping that our residents will step up and come out and help out, which, as far as our community is concerned, a lot of friends and family back there in Puerto Rico. So that's all I have this evening. I know the Yankees are playing.
Alderman Johnson.
Well, under the intense pressure of the evening, I want to also congratulate our firefighter. I also want to, along with my colleague from the 3rd Ward, we're on our 3rd anniversary for the press conference for the mitigation project at Maple Hill. And all of our friends on West Main, we've tried to be patient and supportive And at times, they're very frustrated by their perception of lack of progress, so hopefully that will change their perception. I did get a chance, I took the chance of the opportunity to attend a deer management seminar at New Paltz last Thursday. We were all invited, apparently. It was a little bit of a repeat of what Mr. Klein and I did a few years ago. The panel was very interesting. It was on the New Paltz campus. The president of the college is a wildlife biologist who trained in Minnesota. Another member of the panel was an ethics professor on campus, and the third was a biologist. We talked about the bioethics of hunting. We talked about the deer population. We talked about this woman who is the biologist, did a 10-year study at Mohunk and documented that many of these forests will be, in 20 years, they'll be totally destroyed by the canopy of the deer. I'll just give you one piece of information in the 12-page booklet that I provided to you. In 2015, it was estimated in the state of New York that there were 80,000 deer-related car accidents with a total repair of $265 billion. And that coupled with crop damage for various crops that are delineated in the study, they would estimate the deer produce about $325 billion worth of damage in the state of New York. Our deer are quite fertile and happy in the city of Middletown. Our population has probably increased since we did our study. The options before us, I'll save for another time. None of them are good. Thank you very much.
Whit?
Thank you. Just one thing that we will have our second ward constituents meeting next Monday, the 9th, here. We do realize that's Columbus Day, but we will be here. So 7 o'clock if you'd like to join us. Thank you.
Kleiner?
Thank you. I assume everybody's watching this on the replay and home watching the Yankee game now on ESPN. If you're watching this, change the channel. Alderman Johnson, I didn't go to the deer seminar, even though I went to the other one because I had read the book, and it looked a lot like, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the crossbow distance away from a house reduced, and I thought that that was most of the focus of what that was about under the subterfuge of talking about the whole deer program. So that's why I wasn't there, but I'd be happy to follow up on anything we can do. But yes, our options are very limited and very few. Maple Hill, I was going to comment when the resolution came up, but not only has this been a long time since Congressman Maloney announced this years ago, but Chris Brinkerhoff there's a truck of playground equipment waiting to go in at Maple Hill, and that can't go in until all this work is done. So I really hope it's speeded up. The American Legion Post 151 has been collecting and will continue to be collecting to help Puerto Rico. And that's out on Waiwayanda Avenue, so you can drop things off if it's more convenient anytime this week. I don't know how long they'll keep doing it, but certainly this week they're doing it. And if you think that anything we give should be balanced against Puerto Rico's debt, I encourage people to go read and how Puerto Rico got in that debt and give a little blame where it's due, and it's mostly not due to Puerto Rico. The Historical Society is having its annual luncheon and meeting, and that will be Saturday, October 14th out at Soho. And it starts at 12:30, doors open at 1. I think the Historical Society is important in Middletown, so if you're interested in going, you can always give me a call. My number's out there everywhere. I guess one other thing, we did have at a constituents meeting, we did have the parking lot of the post office brought up. You know, when you go in there, people, because those arrows have gotten so faint, so I'm going to be writing a letter asking the postmaster to redo that traffic so that before something happens. I told them we can't do anything about that, but we can ask them to fix it. And finally, our hearts go out to Las Vegas. I went to school in Texas, and I got there the year after Mr. Whitman had shot all those people from the tower, and really awful memories come back. So I hope we can do something about that. Thank you.
John Francois.
Yes, good evening. I just want to remind everybody in the Fourth Ward, our constituents meeting will be taking place this Saturday at 10 o'clock in this chamber. Hopefully I'll see everyone here. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Sid.
Nothing.
New business.
We have a resolution tonight sponsored by Alderman Burr to accept 2 donations for a total of $800 from Mid-City Transit Corporation and the Kiwanis Club of Middletown for the development of the disc golf course.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Burr, seconded by Alderman Consoom. Any discussion? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid. Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderwoman Ram Kasoon to reschedule the Common Council meeting from Tuesday, November 7th to Monday, November 6th, not to coincide with Election Day.
Sponsored by Alderman Consoom, seconded by Alderman Johnson. Roll.
Ram Kasoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson to establish a Halloween curfew.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson, seconded by Alderman Sid. Any discussion? Roll.
Ram Kasoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Witt to approve a change order of the ESG contract to increase the contract the amount of $144,788 for the repair of the City Hall skylight by United Roofing, subject to approval of the Commissioner of Public Works.
Alderman Witt, seconded by Alderman Kleiner. Any discussion? Alderman Kleiner.
I just want to mention quickly, this is the area over our handicapped entrance to both the courtroom and the city hall. It's needed to be fixed for a long time, and I encourage ESG, when we approve this, to move forward as soon as possible on this. Thank you.
Roll.
Ram Kasoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Kleiner to accept a grant in the amount of $5,000 to participate in the statewide child passenger safety program.
Sponsored by Alderman Kleiner, seconded by Alderman John Francois. Any discussion? Roll.
Ram Kasoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman John Francois to accept an award in the amount of $10,855 by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee for the use of the Police Traffic Services Program.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman John Francois, seconded by Alderman Ram Kasoon. Any discussion? Roll.
Ram Kasoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderwoman Sid to transfer a total of $12,903.73 within the 2017 budget to cover unexpected overdrafts due to lease purchase, bond rating, and additional bond anticipation notes.
Resolution by Alderman Sid, seconded by Alderman Kleiner. Any discussion? Roll.
Ram Kasoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Burr to transfer a total of $39,901.96 within the 2017 budget to cover unexpected overdrafts due to contract settlement, lease purchase, and bond rating.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Burr, seconded by Alderman Kleiner. Any discussion? Roll.
Ram Kasoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderwoman Ram Kasoon to make a budget adjustment in the amount of $9,000 to cover the increased cost of parking tickets collected, which will be offset by the increase of revenue received.
Kasoon, seconded by Alderman Johnson. Any discussion? Roll.
Ram Kasoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson to transfer $3,000, raising the skate park capital budget by $3,000, and raising the revenue to allow the purchase of benches and bike racks, which will be reimbursed to the city through a $3,000 grant.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson, second by Alderman Rankine-Sum. Any discussion? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Witt to participate in the Police Protective Equipment Program effective August 7th to receive a grant of $21,300.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Witt, second by John Francois. Any discussion? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Kleiner to authorize the treasurer to transfer $1,000 within the 2017 senior budget to cover additional contractual services.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Kleiner, seconded by Alderman John Francois. Any discussion? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman John Francois to schedule the general citywide cleanup period for leaves in the street for 2017.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman John Francois, seconded by Alderman Rankine-Sum. Any discussion? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderwoman Sid to close a portion of Montgomery Street for the third annual Harvest Festival and Trunk or Treat event Saturday, October 14th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Sid, seconded by Alderman Burr. Any discussion? Trick or treat. Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Burr to authorize the mayor to sign 2 municipal agreements with the County of Orange in connection with the Community Block Grant Program, CDBG-DR, for the CDBG-DR Maple Avenue drainage improvements and the CDBG-DR West Main Street drainage improvements. Pretty good, huh?
Well done.
Sponsored by Alderman Burr, seconded by Alderman Rankine-Sum. Any discussion? Roll.
Kate.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Hallelujah. Aye.
Burr.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderwoman Graham Cassoon to authorize the mayor to sign a proposal from B&L to assist the city in the secret review process for the city's intended purchase of several buildings at the former Middletown Psychiatric Center.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Rankine-Sum, seconded by Alderman Johnson. Any discussion? Alderman Kleiner.
I'm glad to see we're moving forward on this, and I just want to remind people for all these things that we've all just voted yes on, that all the supporting documents, John Nunchuck does an excellent job of getting them up on the website. And if you have any questions and want to know more details about them, they are all there. Thank you, John.
Anyone else? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr. President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. That is all for new business.
Local laws.
Tonight, we have a local law number 4, sponsored by Alderwoman Graham Cassoon, to amend the penalties for violation of Chapter 413 of the City Code.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Rankine-Sum, seconded by Alderman Johnson. Any discussion? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr. President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. That is all for local laws.
Mr. President, I move the accounts be audited, the claims be adjusted, and the city treasurer be authorized to issue warrants for their payment.
By Alderman Rankine-Sum, seconded by Alderman Johnson. Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Sid.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Burr. President Rodriguez. Resolution passes.
Move for adjournment.